tubies! So for this video I will be giving you a short origami tutorial, and it's not that random, so there is a theme going on in the madness. This particular origami pattern I will be using to make Yule decorations. The colours I have chosen to work with are green and yellow, but it's up to you if you want to use different colours. It is ideal if you use two different colours of paper for this. And what you're going to need is 8 squares of paper. I've got this size. I'm not really sure how big that is, but I used 2 pieces of A4 paper and I cut the squares out myself. So once you've got 8 squares of paper, it's probably best if you start off with something a bit bigger because it will be easier to work with if you're not used to doing origami. And this is basically going to come up with a pattern that's known as the 8-pointed star, but it looks a little bit more like a sun to me. So sun shapes being the quite commonly used symbol in Yule decorations, I've gone for this one. And I found it online the other day, and it was a really exciting pattern actually, because I do a bit of origami now and again, but I'm not very good. But this pattern was really lovely, and it's quite exciting when you get towards the end, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. So the first thing you do is you take your piece of paper, and we're going to create a number of folds. You can see I already have them because this is one I actually made earlier, and I've unfolded it to show you what to do. So first of all you need to create 2 mountain folds, which involves folding the paper corner to corner, creasing along the edge, making a really firm crease every single time, open it out, do the same thing in the other direction so that you form a cross through the centre, and give that a really good pinch along that edge as well. And then finally you're going to want to do a valley fold, which is straight over like that to form a long rectangle, creasing along that edge as well. Then you unfold your shape, so you've got cross in the middle and a line down the centre. Now to this centre line we take these corners here and we fold them in towards the centre and crease along this edge here, as you would do for a paper aeroplane. So now we have this shape. Once you have this shape, turn it around like this and fold straight down the middle and crease along that edge. And now we do a slightly more complicated fold, point it so it's facing towards you, and take this edge here and just push down and fold these corners in on themselves. I'll just open that out again and show you from the other side so you can see what's happening there. Take this shape, you push this down, the sides come out like that, and then you fold them in and crease along there, and then you have this kind of parallelogram shape. And you do that for each of the 8 pieces of paper. So you need 8 of these parallelogram shapes. Then if you're working with opposite colours, make sure you go green, yellow, or whatever colours that you're using. So go in opposite colours. And then what you need to do is take the tail side, this split open side here, and you take the flat edge on the next one. So tail that side, and you put these 2 together like so. So you have that sandwiched between the 2 tail pieces of the previous shape. Once that's locked in, is you take these excess points here and you fold them over into the tail of the next shape. So we have that kind of thing, if I can get it in. It's very hard to do when you're looking down a camera. There we go. Right. So there. So now we have this shape. We have it sealed like so. Those 2 corners are pinching into the tail of the next shape, and I'll show you with the next one as well. So we've got the tail of the next green shape, tail side facing that way again. We take the flat edge and we put it into the tail of the previous shape. Get it the right way around. So you should have, when you put each piece between the previous tail, you should have this little bit of excess here. And then once you have it facing towards you, you just push that excess into the tail, so it's locking on to the shape after. So there we have those shapes locked on like that. And just keep going round in the circle and putting the flat edge into the tail of the previous shape and folding the excess over like so. This is a little bit easier for me because, like I said, I have previously made this so that all the folds are already laid out for me. And we take a green piece and then we put that in there. Fold your excess corners over like so. You will also be able to find this pattern on the internet if you prefer to go from pictures with written instructions. And then you take your next one, slide it into there. So what we're going to end up with is a ring shape. You can see it's sort of becoming a ring now. My yellow one, there we go. Putting that one in there. We fold the excess corners over into the tail. And then for the last piece, it will get a little bit more complicated, but not by much. What we have to do, once you've done the same thing you would previously, of putting that excess inside the split of the other one, you just have to pull the ring apart slightly in order to fit the straight edge into the tail like that. So what we have is the completed ring on both sides, and then you need to just tuck the tail edge into the previous shape, but the one that's already in there, the yellow one here, we don't want to go over that yellow one, we only want to go into the green shape there, so that the yellow shape inside is free to move. So you can see that there, the yellow excess from this shape is just tucked inside the green, and it's not holding the yellow one, that's still free inside there. Okay, so now we have the ring. And this apparently is called the Moon and Stars fold, and this is what I think is just magical about this origami piece. You take opposite sides of the ring and you just slide them very gently into place, and then you turn it around, keep sliding until all of the pieces come together, and then what you end up with is this 8-pointed star, or what I think looks more like a sun. So if you do that in festive colours like yellow or gold or orange, something like that, you'll have lovely little sun shapes that you can hang on a Yule tree, or you could make some kind of ornament out of them, some kind of hanging curtain, or you can put them on your shelves and just generally use them to decorate the house with, and I think they're really lovely and really festive shapes to make. So I hope that didn't go too quickly for you, and like I said, if you do need printed instructions, I'm pretty sure you can find them on the internet, and I might stick a link in the bottom if I can remember where I found the internet source for this particular pattern. So yes, this is the first of my Yule crafty videos, and I hope you enjoyed. Blessed be.